Hello everyone, welcome back to Edible Abundance Homestead. I'm Ginger and today is April 7th. I'm out here today, it's Tuesday, radish day. I got this new pack of radish seeds, the Easter basket mix from Baker's Creek. I ordered these, I'm going to say maybe about 3 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago when after I'd realized how low I was on radish seeds. And rather than getting the different varieties and mixing them together, I saw this pack and I was like, I might as well just do that instead. They were a little bit slow to get to me, which I expected with how quickly seed companies are selling out and struggling to keep up with the demand right now. And also, once we get our mail, we put it kind of in like a quarantine for 5 to 7 days before we touch it or open it or anything like that. So they also sat for about a week before I opened the package, just to be extra safe. So in that time, I had to go out and grocery shop. And so while I was out, I did grab a couple packets of radish seeds at the store that I was already at. So I planted some of those last week. I'll plant some of these this week. Radishes for days, that's the plan. But anyways, today I wanted to show you this spring's meat chick group. So these guys are about 5 weeks old, so they only have a few more weeks before they're ready to butcher. And the exciting part here, there's a couple exciting things. The most exciting thing is this new fence. So we keep our electric poultry fence around our garden year round. We've had trouble with groundhogs taking our melons, or especially cantaloupe. And when we first got the fence and put it around, we figured out that that would solve that problem. We haven't seen them around in a while, but kind of better safe than sorry. We talked about putting up a permanent fence, and my husband and I kind of decided that for the price of a permanent fence, it would just be just as about the same cost, if not less, to just get this, and it would show up and be ready to go. And now we have two, and we can move the one away from the garden if we decide we don't want it around the garden for some reason or some period of time. So the one around my garden I got on Amazon. I got through an affiliate link of a YouTuber. This one I ordered directly from Premier One. Now I'm pretty sure that this fence is the exact same one as the I already have. What's different is the Energizer. The Energizer that I got through Amazon was not actually a Premier One Energizer, and I didn't realize that at the time. This Energizer has a couple features that I really like a lot better than the one that I got on Amazon. The biggest one being on the bottom here are these metal stakes, and you stick them in the ground and they hold up your Energizer, and then you connect the grounding rod, the grounding line to the stake, and it is also your grounding rod. In order to hook the other one up, I had to go buy a rod and drive it into the ground, and anytime I move it, I have to move the grounding rod, which is not like the biggest deal, but it was kind of one more step, especially for someone like me who had never used an electric fence before. Luckily, I did grow up on a farm that had some electric fences, so I was able to get some help from my dad, but that is in a very different place. And they were set up differently. They were not solar, for one thing, and they were for, you know, cattle, and so the charge was just a little bit different, but he was able to help me. But this is very handy. Also, the top pops off really easily. It's got like a latch you unlatch, so I had to replace the battery in that one, in my old one this year. And this one's it's just more convenient in quite a few ways. I'm really glad that I went straight through the company and got this one, because I do like it. It also came, oh, let's see here, it came with the wires and the clips like ready to go. I had to buy wire to connect the other one. So anyway, just some little things that just make it a lot more convenient, especially, you know, when you're kind of figuring it out for the first time. Of course, then I got the nice one when I already had it all figured out, but that's okay. So instead of my usual, I have a little area that I can set up next to this little mobile coop on wheels That area is too small because this is not 15 meat chickens like I usually get. This is 27 meat chickens. Cornish cross, they're Cornish cross. And what happened there was, I've been really happy ordering through Murray McMurray. I've ordered through a couple other companies. When I first got my laying hens, it was from mypetchicken.com. I've ordered through Cackle. Like, I've been happy with all of those. The past year or two, I started ordering through Murray McMurray, and I was just really happy with them. They offer free shipping. I was happy with the animals I got. I had trouble, I can't remember which hatchery it was. I had some hens that had trouble laying, like a group of hens that were all from the same place had trouble with their laying. They kept getting prolapse. And I was kind of like, I don't want that genetic, you know, whatever genetics or whatever it was that caused all of these hens from the same place to have this problem. I don't want that. I'm not interested in those. So anyway, Murray McMurray, in order to ship before April, you have to order at least 25. Now in the past, what I've done is I've gotten my 15 meat chickens, 15 to 20, you know, something like that, and filled in the rest of the order with layers. However, I have enough layers right now. This is the first year I don't intend to get any laying hens. I have 22 right now. I am drowning in eggs. I am selling eggs. I am giving eggs away. I have so many eggs. And they are, so I think this year I'm not going to get any layers. I'm not going to promise that come fall I don't get a couple that'll be then ready to lay in the spring, but like I'm getting plenty of eggs. I am going to start culling some of my older hens also, so we'll kind of see, trying to find the right number to kind of balance what we want, that sort of thing. But anyway, so I ended up with 27 meat chickens because my first order of chicks came mostly dead. Like, they were already dead when I picked them up from the post office. Of that order, 2 survived. So I had contacted Murray McMurray and they just resent the whole order. They were great about it, you know. Well, so from the second order, I had 25 survive. They sent 26 plus the bonus chick, and that chick didn't survive for some reason either. So I now have 27 meat chicks. It's going to be a very, very tough processing day, and I actually might break it into 2 days. I might pick the biggest ones to process one day and then wait like a week and process the rest. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Usually, like I said, the most I ever do is 15. So this is a lot of chickens. But anyway, they are now out here in the lovely grass. They have all this space. They're enjoying the sunshine. It's a beautiful day. And yeah, it's been good. The other new thing with them was I ordered a heat plate and did away with the heat lamps. I had a little trouble keeping it at the right height. So I want to give it another go before I really say too much about it. Once I kind of had it figured out, it was working better. So I think it was just kind of a learning curve that I'm still working out. So I'm curious to compare it with the next time I get chicks, you know, now that I have a better idea of what's going on. Other than that, today I transplanted more raspberries out to my fence line. My daughter asked me why I'm moving all these berries. Why would I want all these berry plants out there? And I was like, hey, don't you like to eat raspberries? Wouldn't you like raspberry jam? So she figured it out pretty quick. I got my potatoes planted, I got my onions planted, and I am ordering a soil test for my garden because I have a few plants with leaves that are turning yellow and then the whole plant dies. You can see here that bok choy, you can kind of see it. It's happened to a couple pak choy, it's happened to a couple of my brassicas, my broccoli, cabbage, those plants. I'm even seeing a little bit on the radishes. The first leaves turning yellow and the plant's starting to look bad. So I'm going to, I checked the university extension website and they are still doing soil tests. Most of the university system is shut down, but that department is still open. So I'm going to order one of those and do a soil test. I've never actually done a soil test before because we've never had any problems. We brought in compost the first couple of years, and then we started putting the chickens on the garden, and I add, you know, leaves and straw mulch every year, and we just never had a problem. And I want to make sure before summer crops go in that the nutrient profile of the soil looks good, especially you know, things like tomatoes are pretty heavy feeders. So if I need to amend the soil, I want to do it sooner rather than later. I'm leaning toward getting some of the fish fertilizer, the like emulsion, just in case, just because I want to make sure that it gets here quick as soon as possible. I feel like it's probably just not a bad idea to have that on hand anyway. But anyway, that's about it. I replanted the peas, and the peas that did grow are looking lovely. Look at these big guys. They're looking pretty good. They're growing. I'm excited for that. I also watered really heavily yesterday. I'm going to water again today. That is another possible reason for the yellow leaves, is I was so used to it raining constantly the past couple weeks that it kind of didn't even cross my mind that, hey, it hadn't rained for a bit and the soil was looking really dry and maybe I should water it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and water it again today. It sprinkled this morning a bit, but it wasn't anything long enough to really get down and really give it a good watering. So I'm going to go ahead and water everything again today in case that is part of the problem. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully that helps. I did also, I have to say this too, a couple days ago, I had my first greens from the garden in my morning eggs, and it was delicious. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.